to the show. H-bomb in the lab, cook and feel on screen. Zesty vibes loud, turn cringe to a meme. All your filters off, it's a wild reveal. One edit from me and the fiction gets real. Zesty Phil.
Good evening, everybody. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Wednesday, the 15th of October, 2025. A good variety day, that's for sure. But some things happened that didn't necessarily go according to plan and threw us a little bit for a loop. Then we had a really weird kind of a late stream, but then it all kind of settled. It's really weird to explain. Let me try to tell you as quick as I can because it's very late right now. So here's the deal. This morning we did a podcast. This podcast covered quite a lot of topics, including getting caught up on things like why I'm not playing Battlefield 6 anymore, how I'm no longer going to get baited into playing rage bait games that the trolls want me to play. Also, we brainstormed to do ideas for DSP Tries It, and we determined what the next DSP Tries It will be, which is actually going to be a brand new menu launching at Taco Bell in the United States tomorrow. It is a Frank's Red Hot Sauce collaboration with a new burrito and taco, new loaded fries, and other things too. So we did that, and then we even chalked out the schedule. We're trying to figure out if next week if I should try Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 or not, because we're already going to be playing the continuation of Silk Song. Pokemon Arc 2, the Pokemon Legend ZA. More, trying to jump into the new games next week, like Ninja Gaiden 4, as well as Tormented Souls 2. So it was a good discussion, and we're not determined yet, but I need feedback over the next couple of days. Be sure to check out the podcast. It was very loaded, lots of pertinent topics, lots of interesting things. Then we jumped into Super Mario Galaxy 2. The plan was to play Super Mario Galaxy 2 until the food arrived for DSP Tries It. Now, I ordered the food, and the food was supposed to come at some point between 3:30 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. Normally, when we order it, it'll show up around 4, usually, okay? So I'm like, yeah, great, we'll have like 2.5 to 3 hours of gameplay. We got to around 3:15 Pacific time. We were at $123 of support, so we're on pace. We're going to hit this goal, right? The food shows up. Why is it here now? It literally showed up way early. Like, I think it actually showed up at like 3:20, 3:22, something like that. Way early. So I had only played Mario barely 2 hours. And everyone was actually on the stream a little disappointed. They were like, you're done? You're not going to play any more Mario? I was like, the food's here. If I don't eat it, now it's going to be cold. How am I going to do a food review? Right? So basically, it was pretty disappointing. Because we're like, that sucks. The timing was all thrown off with the food actually showing up earlier than ever. I'd never ordered food before for delivery, and it showed up like a half an hour early. That's never happened. So I was very confused as to what happened. So here's what happened. We stopped playing. We did DSP Tries It, which, by the way, the new episode is live on DSP Reacts right now. It was pretty good. We did the steak nuggets from Arby's, but we also did the Reuben sandwich. We did the buffalo chicken sandwich, and we did chicken tenders. So all things I'd never had from Arby's before, all genuine first-time taste testings. Pretty good episode. Mixed bag stuff, you'll see. Definitely a good one to watch, all right? So, we finished the episode. That's it. Stream was over. Wait a minute. That was it. We didn't get any more support. So we didn't hit our goal. And literally the reason we didn't is because the food showed up so early. If the food ad showed up around 4 and I had played another 45 minutes of Mario like I had intended, I guarantee you we would hit that goal. But the viewers were like, aw, Momar Mario, and a lot of them laughed. So there's not much that could be helped there, right? So here's what happened. Took a break. YouTube broke. I'm not kidding. YouTube actually broke and wasn't even working. YouTube actually screwed up and wouldn't play videos for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I said to everyone, well, as long as YouTube fixes itself during the break, I'll be back tonight. We'll do our Steam Indie Horror Night. We'll see how it goes, right? And then when I started my late stream, I made an offer to everyone. I said, here's what we're going to do. I don't always do this, but I really do feel like the early thing was kind of a weird thing that shouldn't have happened, right? We should have been hitting this goal. It would have been happened if the food didn't show up so early. So here's what I'll do. Tonight on this late stream, let's hit the goal like we always do of $150. And then if we hit 177, which is only 27 more, which would have been the 27 that was missing from the first stream, I'll count it as if we hit it on the earlier stream, and we'll say we hit 2 goals tonight. That way we'll have a full two goals towards our next goal already. We're already have pacing towards this Taco Bell meal. All right? So tonight, I bought a bunch of games. I bought Rip. Oh, wait, how was it called? Rip Current, which is a dinosaur survival horror game. I bought well, previously the night before I bought You Shouldn't Be Here. I also bought No, I'm Not a Human. And I also got Your Friendly Neighborhood, which is already on Game Pass. And I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I got it on there, okay? So the first game we tried was No, I'm Not a Human. Lasted about a half an hour. Very unique. Interesting premise. Very, like, dark, gory, scary stuff. Only playing a half an hour, we got a taste for it. I could tell the audience was like, all right, it's all right, but can we play something else? I was like, okay. So after the half an hour, I was like, this one I would consider maybe going back to in the future. Seems like an interesting premise that we could continue at another date, okay? Then we tried playing Rip Current. Rip Current doesn't work. Rip Current literally would keep having issues with the controls, whether I was on gamepad or when I was trying to play it with the keyboard. After playing it for like 5 minutes, the controls would freeze up and lock up, and I was unable to play. I had to shut the game down, restart it, play for 5-10 more minutes, and then it would happen again. So literally I got to the first dinosaur, and I kind of got soft locked because the game just wouldn't stop having this issue. And I was like, well, that's a shame. This game came out in September, and the reviews don't seem to say this about it. It looked good, but it sucked. I mean, it was $9. It's not the end of the world, but it is disappointing when you try to play a game like that. It's not agreeing with you. I mean, that's the nature of indie horror. They're indie games, right? They're not polished. So, sadly, didn't really work. All right? Then we played My Friendly Neighborhood, which is a game that is an interesting take. The take is that there's a studio that was making shows that are kind of like Sesame Street / The Muppets, like Jim Henson Company. But somehow the studio went out of business, yet the studio started broadcasting again. People can't understand why, because it's overriding other programming. So some guy is sent to shut them down to find out that the puppets are sentient, and they're trying to kill them. It's like insane, like zany stuff. So we played this for like, again, another buttons are half an hour. I actually really like it. The game is a combination of BioShock, Resident Evil, and a few other kind of survival horror style games. And it was creepy. It legitimately was creepy. I was like, wow, this is actually a fun game. But we basically were playing for about half an hour, and the stream was getting late. I'm like, well, we're almost out of time. Now, all that sounds well and good. And I think that we had almost 300 viewers on YouTube, 90+ viewers on Kick, right? Everything's good, except one thing. We're at the end of the stream, and I made $40. Seriously. I'm like, what just happened? Because the night before, last night, I spent a whole hour hanging out with people, looking at horror games they suggested, watching the trailers, picking games, adding the try wish list, bought a few of them, tried a couple of them, far exceeded my goals. It all went really well. Tonight, I literally bought more of the games from the list, played the games, hung out with everyone, and there was almost no support. And I said, guys, I don't know what happened. When I did this because it seemed like you guys wanted it, it went really well last night. So I actually have no clue what went wrong tonight. Can anyone even tell me? And some people were like, the vibes were off. I'm like, there's no difference in the vibes. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm having a good time with horror games. You guys, it's exploratory. It's interesting. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's not like I came in here like a groucho and nothing like that at all. It was actually a great stream in that regard. So then, I'm saying this, and by the way, it's already past 9:30. Like, I got to get out of here. Now the support starts coming in. Here comes a big tip. Here comes a big super chat. Here comes some kicks. Here comes some subs. Now, like, bing, 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 bing. So I said, all right, guys, let's rally. And we did. We rallied, and guess what? We hit the goal, and then we raised another 27 on top of it to count for 2 goals, and then more came in. We actually exceeded $200 tonight. So all I'm going to say is this. For all the morons out there who are so upset and jealous that I'm successful and they're not, that they're just miserable wretches on the internet who say horrible things about me, but they have to actually be toxic scumbags to make by or get by and scrape by, while I can actually make positive content. I told you so. I told you that I could do it, that it works, that if you make positive content for an audience that's engaged and likes your content, that you'll make a living doing it, you'll be successful. You don't have to hurt others, you don't have to stomp on others' necks, you don't have to crush others and insult them and be jerks to others to get ahead. You can just be yourself and be positive and fun and still be successful. The thing is, people with no talent, that's what they have to do. They have to bring down others to try to make themselves look better. And then morons open their wallets and throw money at them because they also want to feel better about themselves. A whole vicious, dirty, toxic, immoral cycle of making fun of other people and deriding other people and bringing them down so you feel better about your wretched self because you're a scumbag who has a horrible life. Well, I don't have to do that because I have a good life. My viewers have good lives. They support it all, and it all works. What they'll actually spend tonight and be like, ugh, he e-begged for 20 minutes and yeah, I brought it up as a guys. We had a great night. Why didn't people support like last night? I'm literally stumped because I'm under the impression if I give you what you want, then people will support it. It reciprocates. We can keep making this kind of content. And as soon as I brought that up, boom, here comes the support. And we hit all the goals and exceed them. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. It's fine. It's actually good. It's a good way to treat your audience with respect, with honesty, with dignity, with transparency. That's how you should operate. Not, oh, well, we're not doing so well, so let's just make fun of someone else tonight. Let's say someone else is a scumbag. Let's talk about their looks. Let's talk about their family members. You know, pieces of human shit who don't have talent. That's what they do to make a living. So there you go. Anyway, so it went well tonight, and as a result of that, we are going to do it again Friday night. Now, I'm on the fence about what to do Friday night. I'd like to play more of games like No, I'm Not a Human and My Friendly Neighborhood, but also people it expressed they wanted other games too, like one game, Deadwood, I think it was called, and then there's like one or two others people kept asking for. So I don't know, maybe we have to figure out what we want to do for Friday night, okay? But there will be more Friday night. Okay, footage will upload momentarily. I'm behind now because I stayed late and everything was going on. I still have to download Pokemon tonight for tomorrow. I'm behind the 8 ball, but tomorrow's going to be a great day. Tomorrow, first off, there is no podcast in the morning because we're going to do a major stream of Pokemon Legends ZA starting on the first stream, around 4 hours of gameplay. I'm curious, is this more like Pokemon Legends Arceus? Is this more like Pokemon Scarlet? Is it going to run well on the Switch 2, or is it going to run like complete crap like Scarlet did on the Switch 1? I'm curious. I hope that it actually ends up being an awesome, chill, fun experience. One thing that I will likely do, because I've done this with previous Pokemon playthroughs and it's been very successful, is hey, if people contribute a certain amount, they get to name one of my Pokemon permanently. So I will do that. Maybe we'll get like the first 5 Pokemon. People can name them, right? It'll be cool, because the starter Pokemon you're going to see for a while, right? So, let's see how it goes tomorrow. Hopefully Pokemon is a good success, and it's a good one, because those playthroughs are usually nice, chill vibes and fun, and they last a while, right? Tomorrow night, and this is what makes me a little nervous. Tomorrow night is Hollow Knight Silksong. That's right, Silksong is being put on a night stream because I want to make progress in the game. We're literally at the end of Act 2, and we're going to start Act 3. But I don't know, people are going to show up as a late stream. We tried it once, it didn't work. I put it back on day streams, and it's worked stellar. We've hit every goal since. So, will people show up, engage, and support with Silksong tomorrow night, even though we're moving it to a night stream because I wanted to play more? Like, that's actually the reason why it's a night stream. Because I wanted to play it again this week. I like it so much. But only time I could, fit it in because of Pokemon being a new release was as a night stream. So I hope you will come by tomorrow. I hope that you will hang out with me for Pokemon. And I hope you'll come by for Silksong. We'll finish Act 2, start Act 3, and we'll get support. We'll find out. Okay, everybody? All right. Thank you so very much. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Peace out.
Click.